You know who's ready for some action green? Jake Retzlaff.
Action green?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I'm saying.
I like it.
And he's getting it in the form of NIL, and he should. He's had a great season for BYU, but he wants to make one more statement in the Alamo Bowl. Remember the Alamo against Colorado, but not before he gives that game an unofficial nickname. And what specifically is the statement that he and the Cougars are trying to make against the Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter and another elite quarterback in Shedeur Sanders in prime time? Multiple meanings there. This is Jake Retzlaff one-on-one on BYUSN. Jake, everybody talks about the time off, not only to practice and get better, but to rest and recover before a bowl game. I know that you put your body through it in this 12-game regular season. So how are you feeling with the added rest and recovery?
I feel great. I don't remember a time this year that I felt this good, unless it was before game one. I think that, through the season, the bumps and the bruises, they add up. And by game 12, you start feeling a little sore every day coming out to practice. And so it's so nice to be out here. Like, I feel like everybody is getting back to 100. I know I'm getting back to 100 as close as I can get right now. And it's great to feel good and to feel juicy and get that going, because it's just more energy at practice comes from that. Because when guys are lax because they're hurt and stuff like that, you don't get the same energy. So it's fun to bring out the new energy these last couple weeks. That is the operative word, energy. And your head coach, Kalani Sitake, just said there's laser focus, there's energy. What are you seeing specifically in practice as you build up for the Alamo Bowl that makes you feel that way? Just all the guys making plays. I mean, just seeing every level of it, too. Like, Tay Nakua came out here versus the Ones defense and just made a great play. So seeing guys like that progress. And these last couple weeks, we've been able to get the younger guys reps. And so we get to see what they can do. And it's fun to see that, and gets the whole crowd going and gets everybody. The crowd, I mean, us. Like, honestly, we are the crowd when we watch the rest of our team play, because we're the most excited for our teammates. So it's super fun to get that kind of juice, and the same old players making the same old plays. Darius and Chase and Keelan, those guys are still ballers, and you know the run game as well as I do. It's fun to run myself as well as LJ and those guys. I know qualifying for a bowl game was a huge point of emphasis for BYU coming off of last season, but this isn't just any bowl game. You get Colorado, and you get the Heisman Trophy winner, and you're going in a great quarterback battle with Shedeur Sanders. So from a motivation standpoint, seeing Colorado in the Alamo Bowl, how does that make you feel? We're excited for it, man. I mean, just throughout the rest of the whole season, I think we are the two teams that kind of, got to our best ball towards the end of the year and just perform well this year. It's going to be so fun to play against those guys, so fun to line up on the other side of a great quarterback like Shedeur, a great DB and receiver like Travis. It's going to be fun to navigate that. And I'm excited. This is going to be a heck of a game. I'm going to call it the People's Big 12 Championship myself, But yeah, so we're excited for it. It's going to be a heck of a game. Obviously, a lot of viewership. It's going to be fun to see how BYU Cougar Nation shows up in Texas. I know we got a lot of fans down there, but there's definitely a lot of Deion supporters there too. So we got to make sure we fill that place up with blue. I'm on board for the People's Big 12 Championship. I like that. When did that come into play? As soon as we didn't make it, and as soon as we found out, we were probably playing Colorado. We didn't know until it was announced, obviously, but we had a good idea, and so. I came up with that. I mean, I'm not even going to give credit to anybody else. I'm going to just say it like it is. I came up with that one, and so I'm excited for it. Okay, I will properly source you when we talk about this on the show. As you have reviewed Colorado and looked at them in depth, specifically their defense, what are you learning about the Buffaloes and how they're going to try and attack BYU's offense? Yeah, it's interesting to see very pro-style defense. Obviously, with their defensive coordinator being who he is, it's going to be like that. And so, they love to rush the quarterback. Those ends get a field, even their three-tech. It gets a field and gets after the quarterback. And then they're just going to man you up and just say, hey, go beat us one-on-one. And obviously, they got some guys who are really good and really good players. And so it's going to be fun for our guys to win those one-on-one battles, because our receivers know that it's going to be a challenge. They know who they're lining up against. But I also believe in these guys. I would take ours over theirs any day of the week. So I'm excited for it. It's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a challenge, too. It could be one of those games where it could be high flying, it could be, more of a grind, but I'm excited to let it fly. If you had to compare Colorado's defense to a team that you've already faced this year, who are they most like that BYU has already had on the schedule? Man, that's a good question. Style-wise, it's funny because style-wise, it's what we thought we were going to get against Utah. Of course, they came out with a lot different stuff that we didn't get. But other than that, UCF is a little bit similar to them, except UCF is a little more two high safety stuff, and they're a lot more one high safety stuff. But just the way that Utah is just a lot of man, and that's similar to what UCF did against us a little bit. Some man variations, stuff like that. So I say with their D ends getting up the field, they're rushing the passers. Their D line loves to do that stuff. It's hard to compare. Like I threw two out there, but it's really hard to compare because it's really an NFL style defense. It's not. So it's NFL style, which just means go get after the quarterback and man-to-man defense. And so I'm excited. They do run some cover 2 stuff to get their playmakers in zone spaces so they can cover a lot of ground. But like I said, like it's gonna be man. We know it. They know it. So it'd be fun to see if they come on something different. We're excited for that. That's happened to us a lot this year, I'm not going to lie to you, where we're expecting one thing and the lowest percentage coverage is what they run the most against us. So we'll be prepared for everything because they're smattering of this and that, and so we'll be prepared for it, especially with all the time we've had to prepare. But, yeah, I mean, it's hard to compare it, honestly. It's a different defense. It really is, and so it's going to be fun to see how we attack it this year.
How much will a win or a loss in this bowl game impact how you view the entirety of this season, which in its own right has been magical in a lot of ways?
Yeah, I mean, I think getting to this point was awesome. People are going to hate me for saying that. I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to the top. We didn't get to a Big 12 championship and win it because we feel like we could have won the Big 12 championship and been a high seed in the college football playoff. But that's just me. That's how I am. I'm always going to be striving for the best, and that's how we are as a team, honestly. And so, but this bowl game is a huge bowl game. Like I said, it's the #1 bowl game outside the CFP, and so we're excited for it. Obviously, it's going to bring a lot of viewership, a lot of attention. We're excited to spend, the week down there in San Antonio. But I don't know. It's a good question. I feel like it'd be great for us, obviously, to finish with a win against this opponent in this big of a bowl game. And yeah, I'm super excited for it because when you win a bowl game, that's a lot different than just going to one.
What kind of a statement, and maybe more importantly, what do you want the typical college football viewer that hasn't watched BYU a ton this year, that will probably be watching because of Coach Prime in Colorado? What do you want them to know about BYU after this game?
Oh man, that we're a physical, dang good football team. I think we've been overlooked by the whole country, if we're being honest, since day one, though. So we're used to it. It's not news for us. So they're going to know that we're not a joke. We're not just a team that was thrown in there in our ranking because we are just winning games. It's like we're a good football team. We do a lot of different things. Defensively, we're super tough. And then offensively, we do some things that seem simple but are hard to cover. And so we're kind of gonna put the world on notice a little bit in this game. We know we're gonna get the publicity that we haven't gotten all year, and so we're excited for that. Being in the Alamo, and so yeah, it's gonna be super excited. I am super excited. It's gonna be very exciting to go play down there. The dome atmosphere, I heard it gets juicing in there a little bit. So yeah, they're just gonna find out about BYU Cougars because we're still overlooked in every way.
Jake Retzlaff is on BYU Sports Nation. Okay, a couple of quick hitters to finish up. As you look back at your progression as an individual quarterback and player here, where do you feel like you have grown the most this season?
That's a good question. I think that there's a middle stretch in the season where things were starting to click really well. We're making plays left and right, and the receivers, the O-line, we're all in tune, whether it's the run game, the pass game. And now I just feel like I'm in a different headspace with the game of football right now. I'm really excited for that fact, especially because, we have a really good football team this year, and then we're going to have an even better football team next year because these seniors laid the foundation. I'm excited for that part, too. And so, man, that's a good question. I don't know if I can point out any single game or any single moment because that's not how growth works, obviously. But, it was definitely in that middle part of the season where things just cleared up so well. I was confident coming to the season about the progression this team had taken, about how good our spring ball and fall camp were, off-season as a whole. And so just in that middle part of the season, it became like, all right, let's just go do this. Let's be me. And not that I haven't done that before, but it was just that another level of game reps with the guys. It was all game reps with the guys because that makes a big difference. And I think we got going, and I think that everybody getting healthy again makes us all feel so much better, so much more confident in each other.
Can't wait to watch you play, obviously. The holiday season obviously sometimes gives some distractions. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think Hanukkah starts the day after, it's the 26th.
The first day, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So how do you balance that and staying in the mode of football, but knowing that Hanukkah is a very important celebration for you and where you come from?
Yeah, I mean, it's all fun. It's all good stuff. Hanukkah is always exciting. It's a fun holiday, just like Christmas. So I'm excited to get the white elephant going in the quarterback room, see what's what. And just I think the fun part about these bowl games is you get to go down there, you get to experience the city, you get to be there for a whole week. It's not just a fever dream, you're there for a day, you're there for a whole week, and you get to experience it and have the fun, the gifts, and all the fun. And then you actually meet the other team. You get to have a relationship with those guys before the game. And so I'm super excited for that part, but it is important to be fun about the bowl game and locked in for practice, locked in for the game. So I'm excited for our team to take on that challenge, because I've said this before, like our offense, and I know our defense is always locked in, but I don't experience it as much obviously in practice, but our offense gets really locked in for these walkthrough practice, for these stuff like that, and especially in that stretch of the year where we're undefeated, we were doing that every single week. And I'm excited for our team to step up to the challenge of, okay, let's have so much fun in San Antonio, but once the cleats come on, once the helmets come on, we're business, and we got to be the most excited team to go out on that football field come Saturday night.
All right, Jake, as we finish up, just a note. We got to get someone to live stream that White Elephant quarterback room party and get a sponsor for it.
Yeah, shoot, we should, I guess. But that'd be a fun deal. But it's gonna be fun. I mean, this is one of my favorite quarterback rooms I've ever been a part of. Every one of these guys I love. Obviously, we're gonna miss Gary a bunch come next year. I'm gonna miss him a lot. He's been huge for us. Just everything about him has been awesome. I'm so grateful to have a guy like him in the room. But the rest of those young guys, I know we got a good foundation set. We're going to have a fun competition behind me next year in the spring, and it'll be fun to push those guys and see how good those guys can get in the next year, because that's when my jump came. I'm excited for Trayson and McKay, both those guys, having those different camps. Trayson's already had 2 camps with us, so his 3rd camp, that's where I took a huge jump. So I'm excited for him to take a huge jump. And McKay has been, the season is like 1.5 camps because you're a part of it so much. There's fall camp and then the season. So McKay is not far behind him, and I don't have the betting odds on me right now, but it'll be a fun competition to go through, and both those guys are going to take big steps. So the room going forward is going to be super fun. And yeah, I mean, that White Elephant's going to be a lot of laughs. And we have a fun quarterback room. We keep it fun. That's my style. I love keeping it fun. And those guys under me, they definitely love keeping it fun too. And so, we still have Cade Fitting in the room. So something goofy's going on every day in the meeting room, no matter what, whether it's a Kahoot or a Jeopardy, no matter what we're doing, we're having fun. So, but it leads to good vibes, and that's what good vibes lead to good playing on the field. So, yeah, that White Elephant would be a fun deal. I can't imagine what the gifts we're getting. I think we decided we're going to buy the gifts there so we don't have to travel with them. But if I find something around here, I might snag it. And if you got anything, let me know. But, yeah, it'll be a fun deal.
Outstanding. Great insight from you. I know Gary pushed you to be better, and I know you value him. So nice to hear that. And, again, we wish you the happiest of Hanukkahs and a great bowl season as you get ready for Colorado.
Merry Christmas, baby. Let's do it.